Hello.
Hello. How are you today?
Good. How are you?
Not bad, not bad. It's hump day. Happy hump day.
Exactly.
Welcome, everybody, to the commentary zone. As you enter the room, please don't forget to give us a thumbs up. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you are notified every time we send out new content. On the docket today, we have The Real Housewives of New York City, Season 13, Episode 7, Electile Dysfunction. Do you know how many times that auto-corrected for me
Right.
yesterday?
I can only imagine.
Jesus. Okay, so this episode was up and down for me,
Agreed.
but I did enjoy Sonia and the two dogs at Ebony's election party. I'm not gonna lie. And I think there were two new confessional looks that I really did enjoy. If there were more, they were not notable to me. Sorry.
Aaliyah looked good. Her and the pink looked good.
I'm sorry. I don't even know if you can hear me properly. I don't even have in my headphones. I'm such a loser today. Jesus. But continue while I get my act together.
Right. No worries. So what's gonna happen is, um, overall, it's a solid episode. I'm not too mad at it,
Mhm.
but there is a post on IG I want to talk about first because I really wanted to go to this person's IG page and cuss them out. I really did.
All right, I'm gonna pull this up. So continue on.
So this post is courtesy of Queens of Bravo on IG. So if you're not following them, give them a follow. So I'm just gonna read it. So it looks like Lipstick 64 says Ebony needs to go. She doesn't fit in and she's a race baiter. Heather replies, I have to agree with you. Hers is not a class I would want to take. The Queens of Bravo responds to the post and says Heather is not holding back her thoughts about Ebony. So we know this is about Heather Thompson, who is just a friend of the show, probably trying to get back on the show.
Mm-hmm.
Should never happen. So, this is the definition of race baiting: the act of intentionally encouraging racism or anger about issues relating to race, often to get a political advantage. So, I'm going to need Heather to shut up
Nobody
at all
asked her.
times.
Nobody
At all
asked her.
times. At all times. Because the energy you gave on camera is not the same energy you're giving in this post.
Mm-hmm.
So this tells me a lot about you. And now I'm going to go in and roast this broad real quick. Because, ma'am, you are quick to throw up a black man's name when you need some sort of clout. And let's call it thinking that is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
That clout, which was only about 2 minutes long, only lasted you that 5 minutes that you said it. So here you are. We're going to say, what, 7 to 8 years using expired clout from maybe 15 years ago when you used to work with him for 5 years. I'm going to need you to sit down, shut up, and get your life together. If we want to talk about something, what happened to Yummy by Heather? Talk about that issue. Talk about what happened to the company you're no longer a part of, a company that you founded.
Wait, that's her bodywear line? She's not a part of it?
No, she hasn't been a part of it in years. But she don't want to
Why?
talk about that, though.
What happened?
Based on what I've read, her and the controlling partner didn't get along.
Controlling partner? I thought that was her company.
It was, but somehow I don't know how it happened, but she didn't have majority ownership of it.
Shut up.
So, like, if you want to talk about business, about shapewear, about things of that nature, talk about that. Focus on that. Don't involve yourself, or let me say, don't involve yourself. Don't be two-faced about your true feelings. Because what you said to Ebony, like, oh, like you were so articulate. That's a cheat. Like Ebony said, that's a trigger. It's meant as a put down or a backhanded compliment. Like, oh, you're not one of those. That's what she said. And I don't care who disagrees with it. That's what she meant. Oh, you're not one of those black people.
And she knew she made a mistake, and she knew exactly what she said in the moment, because on this episode she apologized for it.
Yeah. Why are you apologizing for something you meant?
Right.
This is why I can't stand. This is why I can't stand her. Really didn't care for her when she was on the show the first time. Y'all brought this chick back. Get up out of here. For what? You know,
I don't know.
You accuse somebody of race baiting. Like, you literally accuse this woman of trying to incite anger and racism.
But what happened to all of that evolved woke talk? She was talking, trying to resolve the issue between Luann and Ebony. What happened to all of that? Because to me, this statement kind of nullifies all of what she did on the show.
Oh, it wipes out everything. Everything. This is how you really feel. And I don't understand why reality TV stars don't understand that if you're on the show, it's going to be seen by somebody. There's too many fan pages, meme pages for this stuff not to get picked up. If you're not going to be careful with your words or be completely honest all the way through, all the way around, someone's going to call you out for it. Someone's going to like post it somewhere. So either be 100 with it or just keep your mouth shut.
What do you think about Montana's comment? I would love to hear a sincere discussion on race. The conversation Bravo is giving is defensive, negative, and without real solutions.
I agree. Montana is very PR. It's very PR driven. It's not really honest, and that's the problem. You really need to get the honest conversation. You would not. It can't happen on Bravo. I'll be honest. It would need to happen on someone's YouTube channel or someone's IG, because that way they can say what they want to say versus what they feel the network wants them to say. Like, for example, that's why a lot that's why Candy probably has her YouTube channel, so she can say what she wants to say.
True.
You know, because when she's on Atlanta, she says she's watered down because she's trying to keep her bag, and I'm not mad at her for it. But when she goes on to her speak on it, she lets loose, which is what should happen.
Well, not only that, what if she does say it, but when she finally sees the show, it's edited out, or it's twisted and cut up to mean something totally different?
True. And this Kush is a very good point. It's not Bravo giving it, in my opinion, these people they cast and how they really. Yes, we're starting to see how they really are. I think that's what it really is. We're seeing the true nature of these people. So I'm never mad when you're completely honest. Why I do get upset with when you're one way on camera, but then on social media you want to be completely different. That's not acceptable. I don't like it. I'm gonna say hi. Go ahead, I'll say hi to people real quick.
Look at what Montana said. As a white person, I'm almost afraid to ask questions for fear of offending. Okay, you should never be afraid to ask a question. And if the person is offended by you simply trying to understand a situation or get clarification, then they have issues. That's just how I feel about it, because there's plenty of times that I might encounter a different race or a different culture. How else am I supposed to learn if I can't ask you a question and you be open enough to answer me fair and honestly? That's why we're in the position that we're in now, because people are afraid, or people make us afraid to try to get to know the other person. You know, don't be afraid. At least don't be afraid here. You can ask any question you want. We'll try to answer it.
And I think society as a whole has done this to itself because people are just far too sensitive about things, which makes people afraid to ask the important questions. because they don't want to offend.
The changes to trying to correct the situation. But it is pandering because we're seeing through it. I mean, you making the statement right here says that you're either seeing through their this concession that they're supposedly giving by changing the cast, or it doesn't come across as genuine. So I don't know. I don't know what the right answer is. I don't know what the wrong answer is, but we got to start somewhere. And I'm glad that we're in this moment where these women of color are getting opportunities to get on these all white casts and make a difference. Hopefully there'll be more next season. Just saying. Better to ask questions. Wait, where was that? Better to ask. Darn it, my thing is slow today. Let me see this. What's my friend Cooch saying? Better to ask questions than be ignorant of any topic. For real. My mother had this very old saying. Oh my God. Oh shoot. You know, it's that old saying, jack of all trades and master of none. Right. At least you know a little bit of everything. Or at least you're familiar. You know? Oh my gosh. All right. So do you want to say hi to everybody before we dig into our electile dysfunction?
Let's see. Hi, Nise, Susan, Cooch, Montana, Stephen Crisco is here. Kelly Swat, hey, good to see you. Glad you could make it. And then we have Black Lavenders in the house. Let's see, make sure I don't miss anyone. And Blobby's here. I'm like, yeah, Blobby, things of this nature irk my nerve. And to be honest, Heather just works my nerve in general. But this just shows like who you are. You're one of those people who know Black people when it's convenient. And yeah, I said it. So what? It's the truth.
Mm-hmm.
It's the truth. The total truth. Like you would swear like Diddy's the only Black person she knows.
But does he remember her? I'm just saying.
I mean, she mentions him all the time, but I never heard him mention her once.
Exactly.
He was probably like, "Wasn't you intern number 45 or something? Do I know you?" Ugh.
On his radio show posted to Andrew. Oh, speaking of this, Cooch, did you hear Andy, who was a guest on Heather Dubrow's podcast this morning, making the announcement of the OC cast changes? There might be some more juice left in that stupid orange out there. So,
good job, Andy. Good job.
They might get me back.
I mean, we're gonna come. You know what? You know what? I think we need to just add this to the end of the show.
But there's two housewife updates.
Yeah.
Erica and Heather. So we can do a quick little snippet afterwards, breaking Housewives news or some nonsense.
Yeah, it's going to be a separate, we might just do a separate live after this, unplanned, but I think we just need to dive into this because this is exciting news.
Yeah.
Finally, Andy, you did something right. But let's get through this.
Okay.
I'm going to give this episode a 5.5.
Yeah. Like the only highlight for me, like I said, was Sonia blasting out her friend. Blasted out her friend at that election party, and those two little rugrat dogs that was eating everything, including human noses. That was it for me.
I mean, okay, let's talk about it. Because, okay, did you foresee that Bershawn was Ramona's friend?
No.
That kind of took me off guard.
I need to get information on who this lady is, because I thought she was anybody else's friend but Luann and Ramona. That's all I'm saying.
Hi,
I don't mean to be mean. Hey, Sartu.
I thought she was going to be a friend of Sonia's that she met at a party.
Really?
I mean, like, if anyone in that group was going to know Bershawn, I could have swore Sonia would have known her from some social event or something.
What's her
Ramona was,
background? What did she do?
I don't know why I thought she was a TV commentator. I just, maybe I'm wrong.
If she's a commentator, then wouldn't it make sense for Ebony to know her?
I'm trying to see.
And I'm sorry, but I just thought that, they bring the first, African American lady on, Ebony, and I just figured they would like say, okay, well, you could introduce the next one.
Okay, she's a business coach, actress, and motivational speaker. Okay, I knew it was something with speaking.
Again, Ramona? Yeah, no.
She seems interesting, has a lot going on for herself. That's why I'm intrigued, but the whole Ramona situation just completely threw me off. Just threw me off.
Yeah, Black Lavender, you're right. OC was garbage. This last season,
Trash.
that was a waste. Like, if I was an advertiser, I would want my money back. Just saying. Okay, so any highlights that stuck out for you? Like the pageant,
Trash.
I didn't even understand that, but again, that's Luann. Condolences to Leah and Sarah on the passing of their grandmother. I knew she was going to miss her passing because she was dilly-dallying too long in the Hamptons. But condolences to you and your family on that loss. I like the little scene with her and her sister, like they were going to the wake right after. I thought that was nice. I thought it was genuine. I think that's the only reason why I liked it, and it was short and sweet. Right. The election party, let's talk about that food though. Filet and lobster.
Right.
Come through, Ebony. Come through. Invite
That's
me.
how you do it. Right.
Invite me.
I know how
to. It was so good. The dogs wanted to steal it.
The dogs were trying to steal the food. I was like, really?
But Sonia, stop eating after dogs.
Yeah.
Stop it. Like, it's bad enough when it's your dog, but now you eating after other people's dogs.
No, ma'am. Not today.
Oh, God bless Sonia. Why do you think that she dogged out Ramona with that picture online?
I think it's because she was frustrated, and this is just everything has been boiling up inside of her. It just all came out.
So wait, Sonia has never been on Ramona's social media? Is that what she said?
Leah said that.
Leah said, oh, so it's Leah who's never been on her social media. I could understand that, girl. Leah, stop. But again, cheers to Sonia. She doesn't like fake, and she doesn't like people who uses causes like accessories, like a handbag, and putting them on and then tossing them away when they're done. Oof.
Hey, like, Sonia has always been honest about Ramona. Let's not pretend that this is new. But what it is that this is a social issue. And no one expected Sonia to actually call Ramona out on a social issue, especially when you're basically calling your friend basically a racist. Oof. At the end of the day.
I don't know. I know they said that she was probably drinking. But it doesn't seem like it was at the level that it was when they were in the Hamptons. But it was enough to just bring out the little horns in Sonia at Ramona's expense. I loved it. I really did. And then I love how Ebony wanted them to clarify what Sonia was saying. I thought that was spot on. And I think she's going to keep that in her back pocket moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
And was there? God bless Sonia. Did Sonia take a doggy bag from Ebony's
I would
apartment?
have. Filet and lobster, I sure would have.
Okay. So, was there anything else in this episode that stood out?
Not really. To me, it was just kind of filler. And this was just all this is all a way to introduce Bershawn into the group, basically. In my opinion, just like I think the real premise of this episode was to get through it, move the story along, so we can get to Bershawn. That's the way it came across to me. I mean, Sonia had her moment, which was a good moment, and she was honest and she was truthful, and she was pretty spot on, in my opinion. Because let's be honest, like, I don't know if y'all saw Bershawn at Ramona's 50 best girlfriends party. I didn't see her.
I was about to ask you, where was she?
Yeah. I mean, was Bershawn number 51? And she just missed the cut? Because I don't recall seeing Bershawn there. I'm just saying.
Ramona. Yeah, I can agree with this, Cooch. But did we really expect an old dog to learn new tricks? Sorry.
I don't think so. In Ramona's case, Ramona's always gonna be about Ramona.
Right, but no, I'm just speaking of a woman of I'm not too far away from Ramona. I and at this point in my life, am I going to be changing? It got to be life shattering. Life shattering. It's just not happening. So, do I expect Ramona to be any different, to change? No. Well, wait, one other thing. What'd you think about her becoming a real estate agent?
I mean, bravo. Let's talk about that. Bravo, bravo, bravo. You just keep throwing Michael Lorber a bone, don't you? Because remember, he was one of the original agents on $1 Million Listing New York. He was on
that's who that was?
he was on there that first season. But basically, in my opinion, I think because he was kind of dry and wasn't sexy enough to fit in with the cast, they booted him.
Oh.
That's just the way it came across to me. So they kind of bring him on every so often to give him a little something, like, hey, we had to boot you off, but it is what it is. It's business. But Michael's like he was better here than he was on the first season. Honestly, he seemed more relaxed.
Maybe because he's not in competition with anybody.
Yeah.
He's just with someone like Ramona, who he's trying to. It didn't even come across to me like he was even interested in mentoring her. I think that was just a promotional spot for him.
Right, of course.
Because why would he have to sit there and tell her all this stuff if he didn't think that I'd be very concerned with her and what she says around any valuable client of mine.
Right.
Like, she ain't playing sidekick to me while I'm trying to sell a $20 million estate. Sorry.
She said the wrong thing, offend somebody, they walk off.
Exactly. I did not like the spoken word. Okay, so Kelly says, I didn't like the spoken word by Ebony. I wish she would have done something silly and fun. They're only going to respond to being taught so often. I kind of agree with that, Kelly, but I also want her to push the boundaries and annoy these women so that they can slip up and say the wrong thing again.
Right.
And besides, these women don't listen, so she could talk all she wants. You have to have an audience that wants to take it in, and I bet you anything, if you asked Ramona and Luann what she said, they'd be like, oh, well, she had pretty hair and a cute jumper. That's it.
Exactly.
Like, even Victoria was zoning out and rolling her eyes in the audience.
Yeah, Frederick and Ryan were nice to Michael because he was inheriting Douglas Elliman. Exactly. Exactly. They understood. They
Oh,
They understood. They knew who he was. Like we gotta deal with you, but we don't mess with you like that. We cool.
oh wow.
We know you only here because your daddy pulls some strings.
Okay, so Bobby says that Love and Marriage Huntsville comes back July 17th. I wonder if everybody's coming back though.
I
Like
think they
people are
all.
divorced and
I think they'll
stuff.
all come back in some capacity. So I see them coming back.
Does anybody have any like restraining orders against anybody?
I doubt it.
Okay, so this is a nice show. Okay.
No, it's a good show. It's a good show. But New York for me, this episode was a little dry. I'm not gonna say lie. I give it like a 5.2
You
out of
said a
10.
5.5. Now it's gone down?
It's gone down.
Jesus.
I
Okay,
mean,
well,
because the trailer can't be part of your highlights. Like the one of the best parts was finding out that Ramona had a black acquaintance, but it wasn't a part of the show. So that's why I had to downgrade it to about 0.3.
but no, we saw that first when Sonia said it, right?
No, it was well, it was they mentioned it in Instagram, so that's fair.
So does
It's
that
part of
get
the
them
show.
back to 5.5?
No,
Oh, never
because
mind.
an Instagram post shouldn't be a highlight of your episode. Just saying. I'm just
Good
saying.
luck, Steven. Oh Lord, his 4-year-old granddaughter is washing the dishes.
Dixie, Steven, Dixie, Chinette.
Yes. Paper plates. Oh my goodness. I hope there's no major damage. Okay, guys, before this episode loses any more points, any final thoughts on this episode?
I'm just in shock Ramona has a black acquaintance. I couldn't get over that.
You really think that's for real?
I mean, I mean, hey, Bershon's Instagram
You
verified with
couldn't even
Ramona.
get that outright.
No, it's the Ramona, like Bershon is Instagram certified though. On Ramona's page. I mean, Ramona says she likes Leah and she loves Leah, but trashes her, and Leah's never been on her Instagram. Bershon is Ramona IG official.
Okay. I'm with Sonia on this one. Bershon is a handbag. Don't be a handbag.
Yeah. I'm not disagreeing with you. I understand, but I'm just saying. I mean, for a season, Bershon is Ramona IG certified.
That's a 10. I'd say 2/3 kind of boring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I mean, to be honest, you could have cut that whole Miss Sag Harbor pageant. Y'all could cut all that out.
Exactly. Look what we focused on. Like the Ebony's a party, the dogs, and the food. There was nothing in this episode.
And then in the first 10 minutes of the review was going over Heather's dumbass IG comment.
But you can't even chalk that up to the episode.
That's what I said. Like, but think about it. We're almost at 30 minutes, but a third of it was on that one IG post because we had to talk about it. We had to talk about it.
Out.
Yeah.
Oh God. All right, guys. Well, let's hope next week is a better episode. I think it will be. Tonight, we have The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Mm-hmm. The announcement has been made. The divorce is filed. Oh, but guys, we're going to come back we're going to come back at the top of the hour, 3:00 Eastern, 12 noon Pacific. And we're just going to do breaking Housewives news. Just give you 2 quick stories on stuff that's happened between yesterday and today about some of our favorite housewives and various franchises. So I hope you can come back and join us. I have to quickly schedule that show.
Right.
So guys, see you in about 30 minutes. I really need Bravo to come through with Erica doxing the judge. Oh, were they filming? Yes, they were filming when that happened, weren't they? What? You think that they caught it?
Wait a minute. No.
No?
Was it documents before? So has she filed the divorce when she released the text messages?
I think so.
I thought so. Okay, yeah. And then they need to come
Yeah.
through with the 3G phone.
Yeah, that's no bueno. No bueno. Muy mal. Muy mal. Okay, guys. So we'll see you in about 30 minutes.
Yep.
Keep on coming back, and we'll give you some more little tidbits. So, Jamal, until next time.
Of course.
Bye.
Bye.